Are you a woman over 40 who's struggling to lose weight? If so, I was there too. And this video I have made just for you to tell you what worked for me and how it may help you too. So, my name is JJ, also known as Veganowledge JJ, and I'm the author of How I Went From Sad to Glad, my simple 4-step blueprint to transform your health, weight, and mindset to finally reach your goals. I have a psychology background and I focus on being a mindset coach for people who are interested in transitioning their diet to a high raw vegan diet. The reason that I even came into all this was actually by mistake. And that's what I want to talk about, how I was successfully able to lose 55 pounds and keep it off for 6 years and do it in a healthy way. Now, I want to just preface this by saying there's a zillion different ways online and everywhere, all kinds of fad diets and different things that you can do to lose weight. What I like to talk about is reaching optimal weight and being healthy. And those are really two different things. At the point when I first saw this video that I watched back in 2019 that really got me involved in all of this, though, I didn't know anything about being healthy. I didn't know anything about plant-based food. I didn't know what the difference between vegan and vegetarian was. All I knew was I wanted to lose weight. And so if that's where you are, that's a great place to be because it's exactly where I was. And that's why I'm here to help be that guide for you. We were trying to grow microgreens and sprouts, in our kitchen, and we just were looking up different videos, and I came across a documentary called Raw, RAW, and basically it just had stories of people that were healing with raw living foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, sprouts, and it actually featured Woody Harrelson, the guy from Cheers. For those of you around my age or older, you probably know who that or what that is, or even younger, you may have seen reruns of it. But this, he was talking about how raw foods cleared up his allergies and his skin condition and made him feel, really energized. And I thought that was very interesting. And there was some other actually plant-based people that I have interviewed now. I've been lucky enough on my show, Amazing Transformations, but it kind of sparked some interest. And not that I thought that anything else would change within me. I didn't realize I would ultimately end up being a vegan coach and an author of a vegan book. But what ended up happening was I said, I'm going to try this for 3 days and I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff and I'm just going to eat salads because at that time, I didn't have the skills to make any other raw vegan recipes. And in fact, I still don't. I eat very simply. But I started eating these big salads every night. And as I would add different vegetables and fruits into it, it would get bigger and bigger and bigger. And what I love about this is I can eat literally as much as I want. And also, I'm still getting all the right vitamins and nutrients. And it's really, I mean, everybody's different, but for me, it is impossible to overeat on a raw vegan diet for me. So, what I wanted to share was the results from that. So, I ate a salad every night, and I already previous to this, the reason I felt like I was struggling and couldn't lose weight, I was already eating only once a day. I thought, oh, that should help me lose weight. What I thought I was eating for periods of time, I would eat, something healthy like salad with grilled chicken, where at the time I thought that was just healthy with ranch dressing. And, I had tried all these Adkins and Weight Watchers and different, type of fad diets like are out there still now. And but no one had ever shared with me. I don't know why. I never thought about eating plant-based, whole food plant-based, like in my situation, none of that ever really entered into my little world or my algorithm, as you might say. And I was on Facebook. I just wasn't in the right, crowds, I guess, or that stuff never popped up. I think from owning a delivery service, I had talked to people who were vegan, but all I remembered was that they were, I didn't know, like, was it vegetarian, was it vegan? They didn't want this or that on their food. And I just thought, it was all, just out there to me. I thought it was weird. So, I mean, because I grew up with meat on my plate, so I ended up, doing this, and I was going to try it for 3 days. And actually, what happened was quite astounding. It was so shocking to me that I've actually wrote an entire book about my journey, and also, got into this field and became a plant-based mindset coach. It wasn't like I had lost weight in 3 days, but what changed within me was like I felt this burst of energy. I felt like, um I don't know, it's very hard to explain, but I hear other raw vegans explain it like this clarity, and it was something that I didn't want to stop doing. And what I found was what helped me was having like a lot of vegetables and vegetable fruits like cucumbers and things like that. But I also had sprouts in there, and I had avocado, which helped with healthy fats, and nuts. So I kept like the nuts too, about because I knew like I wanted to lose weight. So I probably kept those to about 10% of the diet. And what I just realized that after 30 days, I had lost a little bit of weight, but I also realized my chronic back pain and inflammation that I was dealing with for years went away. So, of course, that made me want to keep going. And also, that year, this was April. So, in May, I never actually ended up getting the itchy, watery eyes, which I just did a video on. I never received, I never had manifested any seasonal allergies that year. So I was like, oh my goodness, I found a miracle here. So I want to keep doing it. So I talk about this in the book, how my goals with this diet changed, but yet it still kept me having a goal to keep reaching for. My first goal was to lose weight, and that was working. My second goal became out of nowhere, was not to ever feel my back pain again. And then my third goal was like, and I don't want to experience seasonal allergies again. And then another goal I had was to learn as much as I could about this, because I started becoming like obsessed while I was making these big salads in the evening. I was watching videos on the health benefits of cucumbers or different things, and what, other people's transformational stories. I found other people were healing from chronic diseases and skin conditions and allergies and all kinds of things that I had experienced, even like high blood pressure and different things. And I realized that people were really excited and they had a lot of energy and their skin was really nice. And I was like, I think I might be onto something here. And throughout my journey, I have went through all versions of the vegan diet. And I have a video coming up of why fruit was the missing link to helping me to stay in the raw or high raw vegan lifestyle, because without that, I ended up actually losing too much weight. So in 6 months, I had lost 55 pounds. I put the before and after up here on the actual thumbnail. And it's an amazing experience. So amazing that I started a show called Amazing Transformations, where I interview other people who have had this same experience. And then also I wrote my book called How I Went From Sad to Glad, that came out in February of 2020 of this year, 2025. And I don't know, it's just been really great. And my mission was to also relay this information to women over 40, not just to tell them that, but to give them tips, help them explain what nutrients they need, what really is making this work for people, and why it is a healthy way to eat, making sure that you eat enough calories, enough of each particular nutrient like fat, making sure you have, if needed, supplements like B12 and D3 that, I just recommend for beginners to take. And then you can always unfold and explore into this journey. Maybe you find, you want to add this or take this out, but the simplest way and what I have landed on is when I get hungry, I eat fruit. I eat a lot of fruit. That's like the main part of my diet. And then I also still have that big, vibrant salad in the evening. And it is so simple. You can do this on the go. It's not a lot of food preparation. You can do this even if you have a family who you don't think is going to go along with this. It's very easy to pick up these things. You don't have to really, prepare extra meals. You're just, all of your food is there, ready to be chopped and eaten. You barely even need any dishes for this. And I have a video that I think I've already posted about the 10 benefits. And the first one is how easy it is and how good you'll feel. And that's why I wanted to come on and share this message, to know if you are struggling, there is a way to eat whole, real, natural foods. And it was shocking and surprising for me. And I wanted to let you know that this option was out there. So I'm Veganowledge JJ. I have a community for to help you. You can check out my membership here and my book. I'll link that down below. And for also, if you want and you're here and you're interested and you want to really learn about this and you're serious about it, I also can give you the link to my free book in the audio version. So I hope to see you on my next video. And thank you for being here. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. And I know that everything you have to succeed is already in you. I'm Veganowledge JJ. Thanks for joining me.